Hey guys, it's Matt from the ES44AC. In today's video we have a really cool one. This is the MTH Premier GE Evolution Hybrid. Alright, so just like all the other reviews that I've done lately, I'm going to link the history in the video description so that way we can take a little more time in looking at the model and also running it. Alright, so this model has a lot of awesome features and some great details to take a look at, so let's zoom in for a closer look. Alright, so starting down here on the Pilot, we have a whole bunch of nice detail to take a look at, but one thing you may notice that the gap between the Pilot and the frame of the model is a little large. That's just due to the camera angle. The gap between the Pilot and the frame is really not that bad when you look at the model from a normal angle. But anyway, we have some MU hoses right down here which look really good. We have a operating protocoupler that can be thrown from the MTH remote. We have some little grab irons here. Then we have a separately applied coupler cut bar. Moving up on the nose, we have some very nicely done handrail work with a safety chain that's right here. Looks great. And then we have these two ditch lights, and of course these flash when you blow the horn on the model. We have some grab iron work right up here. We have a headlight with the Rule 17 lighting feature on it. And then we have the door, and the door does open. Coming up a little bit more, we have another set of very nicely done grab iron pieces here. And then we have a sand fill cap. There's one on either side here. Then on the cab we have these two windshield wipers here, little grab iron right here, and then we have these lit number boards. Moving along the side here, we have these very nicely done truck side frames down here. On the Pilot, I forgot to mention this, we have these steps with the drainage holes in them. These look really good. We have a builder's plate right here, have the GE logo right here. We have these panels, and these look really good. Have the engine's road number 2010. And then up on the cab here we have these windows. These windows don't open or close or anything, but they sure look good. And then right here we have a sunshade. Along the side of the engine here we have a whole bunch of lift rings all on the side of the engine here. We have these handrails which have a very interesting color to them because they start out green here, and then on this one back here it fades to blue, and towards the back here they're blue, and it looks really neat. We have these see-through screens all along the side of the engine here. Those look great. And then we have the fuel tank with these air tanks here, and then some separately painted items over here. On the back we have a operating reverse light. We have a sand cap back here. Then underneath, I don't know how well you guys can see it, but we have the engine's road number. We have some more grab iron pieces. We have another set of handrails with the safety chain in the middle there. And then we have the Pilot, which has basically the same detail as the one on the front, and it looks very good. Coming up on top of the cab here, we have some very nicely done antenna and GPS units. These look great. We also have a little grab iron right up here. And then on this back panel we have a couple grab irons and some lift rings, and this area just looks really good. Moving back some more, we have another panel here with some lift rings and a little bit of screen work on it. Right here we have a horn, and then right here we have the smokestack, and this of course does contain an operating smoke unit inside it. To load your fluid, you just pour your fluid directly down the stack. Now with these ES44s it's a little tricky, so you should probably use a needle point dispenser when you throw in the fluid in there, or else you're probably going to mess over top of this and it just wouldn't look very good. So if any of you guys have an ES44, at least in my opinion, that's the easiest way to smoke, is just to use a needle. Finally, we have this radiator housing, and of course this does pop off like that, and we can see the PS3 controls and one of the motors, and this has the see-through fans in there and also this see-through grate back here, and it looks really good. It's got the Evolution Hybrid on the side. Let me hold it on a different way so you guys can see it. It looks really good, and it has a little bit of lift ring detail on it. It looks really good, and it of course is held on by magnets. Alright, so that takes care of the details on the engine. Now let's go ahead and get it going. Okay, so we're all set and ready to get the engine underway here. Now my favorite feature on this one is of course the charging lights. That's one thing I forgot to mention during the details, but on the side of the engine, as you'll see in just a second here when I power the model up, is that there's these charging lights, and these are really neat, and it simulates the real engine because this engine in real life has the charging lights for the battery backup that's on the engine. So that's pretty neat, and like I said, you'll see that in just a minute. Now, to run the engine today, I'm using the MTH Wi-Fi program here on my phone, and I've done a video on the Wi-Fi program. If you want to see it, it's on my YouTube channel. So let's go ahead and get this engine fired up. I'm going to use the extended startup sequence. Alright, so now that the model's fired up, we can listen to some of the sounds. Here's the horn. Here's the bell. Really good sounding bell. Here's the RPM sounds. Here's some of the crew talk sounds here.
Tower, this is local freight. We're clear of the main. Roger that, local freight. Don, is that you? Is he ready to go? Fan fins are topped off. Is he ready to go? He's in good shape.
Well, that was just some of the crew talk. We'll give a listen to some of it in just a second when we play the PFA sounds. And as you guys can see, we have the charging lights on, and these are really neat. Let me shut the sound off so you guys can hear me talk. And these are really cool because when you roll the engine here, you can see how the lights, they're coming in towards the body of the engine. But when I roll it, you can see how they're going out towards this side of the engine here. And it's really neat. So just keep an eye out for when I run the engine. You can see the charging lights. That's pretty cool there. So let me turn the sounds back on and we'll play the PFA sounds.
Hey Don, looks like we've been switched to the sidings. Let a priority freight pass.
There's some of the sounds. Let's go ahead and get this train underway here. Okay guys, so that about wraps it up for this review. This engine is really awesome, and those charging lights are really an eye catcher, and it's a really awesome feature to have. Now if you're interested in purchasing this particular engine, this one retails for around $529, although if you go through a good MTH deal, you can always get a good discount off that retail price. And until the next one guys, I'm Matt, Channel 943. You guys take it easy. Have a good one.